Hi, my loves. How are you all doing? Hope you guys are enjoying this beautiful day. Oh, shoot. Look at me fumbling all over the place. Okay. Trying to adjust myself. Okay, let's leave it to 30. Hi, my loves. How are you all doing? Hope you are having a beautiful, amazing, gorgeous day. I am enjoying myself right now because, let's see, it hasn't rained in the past 2 hours. But as you guys already know, it's raining season, so it's been raining off and on. It's just been pouring, okay? And I love all seasons, but specifically I love rainy season. It's like for some reason we go hand in hand, which is interesting. So I just decided, to, answer some of your questions, especially some of my old subscribers that have been following me since day one. Thank you guys so much, and for all of my newbies, thank you for the love and support. And one of my subscribers had mentioned that, they're glad that I'm doing good, that everything is good. Like, listen, I am doing well. I'm always good. Within the space and time, I've already acknowledged the type of path in life I will be living. I'm like, okay, whatever. This is how things are gonna be fantastic. So yeah, I'm always good. But thanks for your concerns. Thank you so much. Um, so a few of you had asked about, why I left Congotown and what happened, or why am I in this new apartment. So I am going to sum it up for you guys, okay? I don't want to make it too long. Everything is very long. Um, and I'm just going to sum it up for you all. So in a nutshell, uh, Scammy as a property manager and Scammy as self-proclaimed owner try to steal my money. Um, and because they couldn't get the money, they pretty much stole all of my valuables. So let me rewind back a little. Um, so after we went to the station, remember? Oh, sorry, just to add for my newbies, I used to live in Congotown, and if you guys look at my channel, Born to Be Free, you will see where I used to live in Congotown. So I used to live in Congotown, in the White House community by the ministerial complex. So that's where I used to live. And I stayed there for a year, just a little bit over a year, and so forth. So everything we're talking about is going to be is pretty much from Congotown. Okay, so yeah, they wanted to steal my money. Apparently, there's a large investment opportunity in the real estate market, and there's scammers going around being their scammy self. But what had happened was, yeah, so after we went to the station and then we talked it out, and then they said, okay, whatever, I'll be staying. Again, I was going to renew my lease and so forth. I spoke with the scammy self-proclaimed property manager, and yeah, we talked about, a couple of days just to transfer the money, get the full rent. The same process her and I did the last time, because they prefer cash rather than like transfers into their account. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I started a process, because it's usually in different phases, because you can't keep, withdrawing a certain amount like that. Things get blocked. So whatever. I started a process, and for some reason, I have this habit of taking the SIM out of my phone. So I did just that. I took the SIM out of my phone, and then within 2 to 3 business days, after I had spoken to Scammy, self-proclaimed property manager, my phones got stolen. It was interesting, right? It got stolen. They brought in a couple of different people on the property. There's this one particular particular guy lingering around the property and stuff. When I went to draw water, I came back. I saw that the door was open. It was interesting in how the door was open. Like someone just took a key, opened a door, and then tried to make it seem like it was full century. So they took both my phone. At that time, I had an iPhone, and then there was this Techno phone that I had. They took both. So I could do my thing, whatever. I went to the police station, gave them the details. Police came and looked over, checked the place, blah blah blah. Did a police report and everything. And then I was like, well, the thing is, I took the SIM out, so I actually do have my SIM. So they took the phone, but like I wasn't upset. Something told me there was something going on because I'm very spiritual. Like I'm very very intuitive. Something I had this nudge that there was something going on fishy because the person scamming property manager brought with her. I didn't get a good vibe from him, especially since he was feeding the guy, the officer, quote unquote, at the station. It was something weird. So I already had my guards up, like, okay, protective shield on. So don't make the video long. Already been 6 minutes. Let me hurry it up. I don't want to give the full details. Uh, but yeah, so they took the phone and and I remember at the station, scammy manager and owner had said that only the property, I'll only be dealing with the property manager, but then the other guy, the worker that's usually with her, came and was like, oh, I came to pick up the rent money. I was like, it's not due, it's on time. And he was like, oh yeah, they sent me, but I was like, why would they send you? It was clarified that I'm supposed to be dealing with, what's her name, you know? And I was like, oh, plus I need a little bit more time because my phones were stolen, actually. So put me back like 2 to 3 days. And then he went and called some lady on the phone, some rude, self-proclaimed manager. Like I've never seen any owner. I've never met anyone before. I've never met any owners, anything, whatever. She started yelling on the phone. I was like, listen, I'm not some little child. Because you said you'll get a rent, you're supposed to already have the rent. I was like, listen, the phone was stolen. But you told me that you wanted me to deal with the property manager. Why is this dude here? Oh, because you know him. So it was already fishy, whatever. And I was like, okay, listen, you will have in a couple of days, just send the person that's supposed to get the rent and not this guy. Got off the phone. Maybe within another 2 days, she showed up, self-proclaimed manager, with this other guy that sort of resembled the guy she came with when we went to the police station. It was like, listen, I'm the brother. My sister actually owns this place. It was just a lot going on. And they kept trying to like get me to talk more, like plead with her, talk to her. But I was like, what's going on? You already say you want to rent money, And at the time, I had a large percentage I had like at least like 1,000 on me. And I was very uncomfortable because different people kept showing up. But in a nutshell, like I said, it was trying to like steal the rent money. And that didn't happen. And when everything was full, when I had the full amount, the girl, she was nowhere to be found. I went to the property. I went to the scamming chairman. He's scamming all of them, same scheme. Everything I was like, yeah, I haven't seen her. Got the full everything amount, everything, whatever. Oh, you got the money? He wanted me to let him hold the money. I was like, no. Like I showed it, and then the guy that used to, it was just weird. The guy that used to take care of the place, he showed up. The person that was supposed to show up was nowhere to be found. So I was like, what happened to her? Something happened to her? why everyone else keeps showing up other than the person himself? Because if I give the rent money to him, then it will say, oh, you weren't told in front of officers to give the rent money to him. You were told to give it to her. So I was just trying to make sure. Like I was like, oh, this is weird, you know. So I held on to the rent money, and even the scamming chairperson wife, they're all in there. Was like, oh, well, let us just hold the money. And at this time, the light started flickering. And then, I don't know if something happened to the water, some pipe burst, something. It was just a lot going on. Like the energy had shifted in us, in like where we were sitting, which was technically in front of the chairman and the lady he calls his wife, a little store. It's raining! Yay! What time is it? 11 minutes? Let me make it fast. Anyways, I showed a buddy and I held on to it very tight. I put it back in my secret space where I've been, um, where I was saving it. And I had like weird dreams, things trying to get people stealing things. It was just weird. And a couple of days later, I believe it was December 18th. Yeah, they came in and they stole all of my valuables. Uh, Someone, let me not say it did, inside job. Nothing happened to the door. They didn't do anything to the door. Inside job. Yeah, it's raining. Let me hurry up. Yeah, they stole all of my valuables. My laptop, red, Dell laptop, beautiful, new, got it from our job. It was a gift from our job. Um, Store two Michael Kors watches, and you guys already know Michael Kors run from anywhere from 250 and above. The watches, brand new, good condition. If you look at my Born to Be free channel, you'll see the watches on me and stuff. I've worn them a couple of times. I don't really wear them often. They stole my Canon camera, which is close to 400 US dollars. They stole my battery pack, which is actually brand new. I got another new one when I got here in Liberia. They stole my iron. They stole my, what else? They stole something else. Yeah, I already mentioned the phones. They did that before, like a week or two before. Yeah, they stole my valuables. And so when they stole it, now that's the time they were like, oh yeah, we don't want you to no longer stay. We don't want the rent money. So it's like interesting. So you guys are actually just trying to steal the money. Of course, it was obvious that's what they were trying to do, and they weren't able to get the money, so they stole all of like my valuable, my tea ketter. Um, they stole my. I have a cooker. The only thing is the cooker burned a little bit inside, so they took the electric plate that it actually sits on. They took that. They took all of my valuables. And that's the interesting thing. Like when a person comes back home and they're actually hardworking, well educated, they know how to put one or two together, but then you have jealous people that do things and say, oh, look at that foolish one. They keep X, Y, and Z and they ain't got nothing going on because of people like you're, cheating, scamming. Yeah, but whatever. They stole all of my valuable, anything valuable that could be sold. They took it and they took one of my nice like little travel bag, like my carry-on bag. They took that too. Yeah. And so when I came in this time, I looked at the door and then they tried to shift the door, make it seem like there was forced entry. I said, oh, okay, they've been in the property. Uh, where my mind initially went to was the fridge, because I know a lot of people like the fridge, and oftentimes people consider it very expensive. Um, well, it is. It's a pretty good price. It's one of it's a good it's good quality. But I was like, oh no, they didn't take their fridge. So when I came out, I said, oh, they took my computer. Dang. And at that time, I had a contract. I was doing this gig. I had something serious going on. So I said to myself, okay, what are we gonna do tomorrow? First thing tomorrow, we're gonna go and try to buy a use. We're gonna buy a computer. So that's how I ended. That's the first phase of how I ended up here. Because then we went to court and everything, and they brought in. We took us to some kind of building with people, well dressed people. I don't know, just a lot going on spiritually. And I sat in there, like, it took less than 5 minutes. She came in dressed in, she had her little hair braided in a beehive, and had on this neon green short t-shirt dress. And I was like, oh, you speaking in codes to your peoples, whatever. I said, let's see what happens. We were talking. Even for me to talk, the judge just hit the desk. Because it was literally this little table. It's a room, little table, people. And, he was like, yeah, the people said they don't want you on the property. I said, they stole my stuff. Oh, that's a whole different case. We're here today because the people said no when you're on the property. I said they stole my stuff. If they didn't want, you know, just say go. But they stole my stuff and they tried to steal my money. You have to prove it. And so forth. But I said okay because I knew everybody in there knew each other. The judge, whoever he was, kept saying, talking about current, the place was too hot, was sweating. The clerk started talking. Like, I tried to get his name and his information. They wouldn't give it to me. But I already knew what was up, to pay someone. Even one of the guys they brought with them that came with the attorney for, I guess, the girl, whatever. The attorney tried to open his stupid, greasy, red self. He tried to open his mouth for me. And I was like, I'm not afraid of you. I don't know what y'all doing in America. Yeah, America, yeah, I like it. I'm not afraid of you. Stop talking to me. I'm the attorney. I say you're the attorney. You in here begging for money. You didn't give me my little tea. He was telling a guy, over there, like, giving each other money and stuff. Oh, the person didn't get a little tea and stuff, whatever. That's what happened. But I already sort of knew what was up. They said I had to move out, and I had 10 business days. To move out. Was it 10 or 15? So I was supposed to move out on the 10th of October, no, December. And then I was still there. I mean, because everything was short notice. And then they show up on the 11th. They showed up on the 11th of December to evict me and stuff. They put my stuff out. The person that came to my aid was actually part of the court system. He's a legal advisor or something, whatever. And it's interesting. So this dude, he calls himself William, which is not really his real name. But he started saying to him, I recognize you. Aren't you a part of the court system? You work at a court. He was on the phone with a self-proclaimed property owner. She tried to blacklist me. She told him I was crazy. I could hear that conversation. Like, throughout everything, I was very calm. And that's always the best thing to do. You stay calm. I was calm and stuff because I was trying to get someone to tow my stuff. Because of the person that came, we were going to take me to like a temporary place, and I was going to get like a permanent place within a month. But they're like, oh, you're part of the court system, and I can hear her talking. That cat crazy, her family said, like, just how I'm talking. Oh, she did something in America. She's a criminal. And America didn't want her. They deported her. They deported who? What? I have a business. I have a bachelor's of science in information systems management. Been in the U.S. forever. America loves me. Okay, had some of the best jobs. You know, some people can imagine. I wasn't struggling. I don't come from the hood. I come from the suburbs. Well educated family, and so forth. Um, but yeah, you know, la 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 la. She listen. She was loud. Like I could hear it on the phone. So yeah, Will, the guy, William, the guy who used to work there, gave the guy the phone, and I can tell he was scared. But everybody gotta eat. I said, okay, it's fine. I'll just go get someone to come pick up the stuff. And then to fast forward it, I ended up in Town because apparently I ended up in anyway, Town not even it's not even there anymore. They demolished that whole place after I left. Gone. It's I will tell you guys, I will give you guys another detail, full detail on Nameless. Anyway, that's why I ended up. I was like, whatever. Need a place to crash. I'm tired. Like I don't let my emotion get the best of me. What we said to ourselves, we said, listen, you stop hitting the tip of the iceberg. A different part of my brain open up. But yeah, they stole my stuff, and then she tried to blacklist me. Like demonic. She's demonic in I'm pretty sure she never done that. I'm pretty sure they're regretting. Okay? Because we stop, hitting the tip of the iceberg. But anyways, yeah, that's what happened. I'm here, I like this place. I'll give you guys full detail. This will be the last place I discuss. We'll discuss language time next. Oh my goodness. Watch the full video. I can't believe it's over 20 minutes. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit more details. Yeah. And the lady that was screaming on the phone, she shook hands with one of my family member, like a big person in my family. And I guess because she figured they are a part of the same, hood, brother sisterhood. Um, I guess she thought I was gonna do something. Some of us we are born in, we're not sworn in. It's natural, it's innate to our blood. And plus, I'm Gil, I'm down, please. But she was like, yeah, I know your family. You on the phone and put me on speaker. So after they put my stuff out, I guess they're looking for a reaction. Yeah, I know a whole family. In her family, I know all about you. You don't know anything. Who's hiding? My family in Atlanta. They're in Minnesota. They're in Maryland. Anywhere you go find Liberian people, they're dead. They have plenty. We deal with them. For we not no one's hiding. The person you shook hands with, I already know the person. Because little does she know, that same person tried to get me to shake hands with one of her peoples in the past. But I'll give you the full details later. Okay? But guys, comment down below. But like I said, I'm always good. Okay? In a space and time, my life is different than others. And I am enjoying this roller coaster. I'm enjoying this ride. Yeah. Let me go enjoy my rain. Go play with my phone. Bye till next time. And did I say where you? Yeah. I did tell you all. It was Congotown, the White House community. All scammers. Scammers. Because the thing is, the real estate industry is booming. Oh, I forgot to mention this part. When I was sitting there waiting for the person to come so we can, like a tow truck, so we can take me to my next destination, I could hear William on the phone with this guy, and he was like, don't worry, it's the beginning of many blessings, scammy. And I feel like, William was like scared or something was going on with him. He was chatting with him, I could hear it. And he said to him, "Oh yeah, don't worry. It's the beginning of many blessings. Um, once everything hits, you will see." And I remember I overheard a conversation a while ago, and that's why I was skeptical about just releasing the money. I was really protecting the rent money. Um, I heard him saying something about $800 investment. They asked for $800 investment, and he was talking to the person. Oh yeah, they asked for $800. So when he was talking to the person, and I was sitting there waiting on the people to come in, and the self-proclaimed property manager, I said, "Yeah, they told you, and they asked you for 800, right? Yeah, it's 800, right? You said 800." And he just had this look on his face like, "What? 800 what? That's how much they asked you for, right? Okay." Anyways, that's what happened. So when everything happened, I didn't let anything get to me, because at that point in time, like I said, don't let your emotions get the best of you. You want to stay strong. You want to get a place. Let's go to the next phase and see where we going to end up. Since he scared the person away that was supposed to help me. The guy was like, the court is calling. I gotta go to the court, because she was on the phone just telling the man and all kind of stuff. And later on, he told me, "Oh, but the lady said you're like this. What happened in America? Where your family? What happened to your the family and stuff?" Because when I called everyone when everything happened, and this person was the only one that responded fast. And I met him, a while back, and he works for the court and stuff. So I like to have, different connections. And he was like, "Yeah, the lady said they deported you." I said, "If I show you my degree, that degree everybody wanted, they didn't deport anyone. For me to have a college degree, what would have to happen? I have to be a U.S. citizen. Not even a citizen, you have to be a green card holder, you know? Like, why would it? But she tried to blacklist me. So, in a nutshell, things worked out. Um, yeah, we'll talk about Language. But like I said, it does not exist anymore. They demolished. Yo, I was looking at big places, like big property, like just being torn down. On one of my favorite YouTubers channel, they were showing it, and but yeah, we'll go to the details next. Bye guys. Oh, comment down below, okay? Comment down. Bye bye.